Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie, and today we are watching Schindler's List. I'm nervous for this one. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome if you're new. Today we are diving on into Schindler's List, a movie that I initially said years ago when I started filming reactions on my channel that I would never watch this on YouTube. Personally, I just didn't think that I could handle watching this movie on YouTube. It was definitely a movie that I wanted to watch, that I wanted to check out, but I just didn't have faith in myself that I could handle watching it on YouTube. I figured I would likely just be a big blubbery mess throughout the entirety of the movie, and I figured nobody wanted to see that. So I had resigned this movie to a list of films that I said, oh, I'll watch that on my own. I'll watch that some other time during my downtime when I'm not recording something for YouTube. And years have gone by, and that has never happened. I have never sat down to watch this movie. It's been years of it sitting on my list, wanting to check it out, and I have just never taken the time outside of work, outside of filming, outside of life to sit and watch this movie. And I have been on YouTube now doing movie reactions and reviews for like 4 years at this point, and I have still not gotten around to this movie. And I figured, you know what? I think the only way I'm going to sit down and actually watch it is if I do it for YouTube. So I'm going against my word, which is a common thing. I do that all the time. I always say, oh, I'm never going to watch that one, or I'm never going to check this thing out. And I end up usually going back on my word at some point. I didn't really think I would do it with this film, but I do want to watch it. And it's looking like I will never get around to it if I don't just sit down and watch it with y'all. I'm definitely nervous. I'm not going to lie. I have a feeling that this one's going to be pretty heavy and tough to get through. It's directed by Steven Spielberg, so I'm definitely expecting some more sentimentality, a lot of moments that are going to hit really emotionally hard. I mean, I think with the subject matter of this film, that would happen regardless, but Spielberg is definitely a master of sentimentality, and Saving Private Ryan wrecked me, and that was just a slightly different perspective of the same war, so I'm nervous. And I hope that you guys will give me all your support in the comments down below and watch this movie with me. I know it's a tough one today, but I'm definitely excited to see what it has in store. Also, make sure to stick through the entire reaction if you want to see my rating at the end of this movie. I want to start doing more movie ratings at the very end in my outros, because I think that that could be a fun and interesting thing to do. But that's all I have to say in this intro. And without any further ado, I think it's finally time to grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into Schindler's List. Oh, I like that choice to like just hold on the Shabbat candles burning out. You never blow out any candles really in Jewish customs, but you always let the Shabbat candles just go and burn out. But it has a deeper symbolism and meaning here. Oh, wow. And we went from color to black and white too, so jarringly. 1939, German forces defeated the Polish army in 2 weeks. Jews were ordered to register all family members and relocate to major cities. More than 10,000 Jews from the countryside arrive in Krakow daily. I actually have no idea who's in the cast of this movie at all. I have no clue. I'm wondering if this is Schindler here, because we're doing a slow reveal and he's nicely dressed and well off. I really do love a good slow reveal on an important character.
Bring them over a round of drinks.
Wonder why.
Very good, sir. And who shall I say they are from?
Is that going to be the reveal of his name?
You can say they are from me.
Oh, no, not yet. Wow. Spielberg is taking his time with this one.
Find out who he is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please tell me, because we haven't been told as the audience yet either. It's Liam Neeson, right? Am I losing my mind? I have to double check. You know what? I'm going to wait. I'm not going to look it up yet because it hasn't even been revealed to me who this character is. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to have restraint, but I think it's Liam Neeson.
Martin?
Wow, so this guy that entered the club got everybody to join in at one table. He's very charismatic.
That's Oskar Schindler.
Yeah, there we go. There's the reveal. Now I can double check. Are you guys proud of me for waiting? This is such a great way to demonstrate the kind of person that he is and his character, like his charisma, bringing that whole room together. Yeah, Liam Neeson, thank God. Okay, I'm not losing my mind.
The standard SS rate for Jewish skilled laborers is 7 marks a day. Poles, you pay wages. Generally, they get a little more.
Poles cost more. Why should I hire Poles?
He's a businessman. He's like, I'm just gonna hire the cheapest laborers.
Men, not essential. I teach history and literature. Since when it's not essential?
History is not essential. Yeah, ironic.
He's not right. Very good. He's 53 years old.
Oh.
Too new.
Haha. I love the urgency with what this actor is, how he's operating. Oh, spilling coffee on it. Great. Really sell it.
Patient?
I'm a writer. I play the flute.
Oh, sir.
Skilled metal worker. He can make tin pots, he can make tanks, he can make whatever Mr. Schindler asks. He's highly skilled.
Yeah, don't say you play the flute, bro. Don't say you're a writer. There's a lot of metal workers in this community.
Be careful of the step, miss.
Mrs. Schindler married.
Oh, he has a wife? Are they maybe separated but not divorced?
Should I stay?
It's a beautiful city.
I asked you if I should stay.
Yeah, that was not what she was asking, bruh. I love the writing. The script is incredible. It's a beautiful city is the response.
No doorman or maitre d' will ever presume I'm anyone other than Mrs. Schindler. And I'll stay.
Bye, darling.
Just cut to her being on a train because he can't make that promise because he's a player. Wow, that's hilarious. Just cut to her being on a train.
I work hard for you. I'm sure you do. I continue to work hard for you. God bless you, sir.
All right.
You're a good man.
That's interesting because he's not really helping these people for the right reasons. I mean, he's doing it because it financially benefits him. And he has this man coming and saying, you're a great man. God bless you. Thank you. And it makes him so uncomfortable because that's not really the truth.
We'll be late for work.
What? What's going on? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. They were on their way to work and then instead given shovels and brooms to shovel snow.
Come with me.
No.
An essential worker. Essential worker.
He's got one arm. Oh, my God, no.
Danke, look at the snow. Look at the snow. Look at this.
No. Oh, the mom knew what was happening. She's like, don't look up.
Stern, is that you?
No, it's Boldeck. It's about Stern.
About Stern.
Leave your luggage on the platform. Do not bring your baggage with you. It will follow you later.
Is he being put on a train? Yeah, leave your clearly label it like they're gonna steal your luggage and take the valuables out of it and you're never gonna see it again. What a charade.
The list is correct, sir. There's nothing I can do.
Oh, I want to punch that guy in the face, that fucking smug smile on his face.
Thank you very much. I think I can guarantee you'll both be in southern Russia before the end of the month. Good day.
Wonder if that threat will work.
Stern! Stern!
Oh, now they're yelling. Yeah. Oh, yep. He got them.
My apologies.
Stop the train!
I apologize.
He's here!
He was apologizing.
Stop the train!
Wow, we're getting him off. It's so sad. We're getting him off the train and there's all these other people who have to stay.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
And he's blaming himself.
Then where would I be?
And where would I be, huh? The portrayal of him is he's just a ruthless businessman, you know? Yeah, and there's all the luggage. Oh, all the clothes, the shoes, the glasses. Have you guys ever been to like either a Auschwitz or a Holocaust Memorial Museum, like the one in DC? Because you'll see things laid out like this. Teeth. All of the teeth with gold or fillings taken out of their heads. That's how brutal and barbaric it is.
Civil employees, industrial workers, and so on.
Who's he talking to? This choice to talk into the lens, like we're in the back of the car, is interesting. Oh, this guy. Goth.
Yeah, well, it's top down. I'm f***ing freezing.
Wow. Is he gonna be like the main antagonist?
For 6 centuries, there has been a Jewish cracker. By this evening, those 6 centuries are a rumor. They never happened. Today is history.
tragedy, honestly. Let's kill all the talented, smart, innovative, incredible people who brought so much to the world. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We don't want any of that. Liquidation of the ghetto. Ugh. I was waiting for this because I actually don't know too much about Schindler and how he prevented any Jews from going to the concentration camp during this part of the process, you know?
Get him move around, all right?
Oh, he's off horseback riding right now. I have no idea what he's saying to him, but it sounded like he's asking him to smile or asking why are you frowning, little kid? You know, like you just shot his family member. So the way they shot this is so moving, like the handheld cameras shaking with all the jostling and movement of people being like torn from their homes and all the soldiers running around. Whoa, it looks like everybody's in black and white, but that little girl is like in the red coat, the only bit of color popping through. Oh. The rapid piano music, whoa. It almost sounded like it was him falling on the piano, but it turned into the scoring. Dude, the execution of this movie. Oh, he's playing while everything's going on.
I wish this night were over.
Piece of shit. Man, his lines really like paint such a portrait of him as a character. Like he's so despicable. Complaining of the cold in a convertible. Wishing that this night were over because he's tired from killing a bunch of Jews. Overlooking the concentration camp from his villa. The way this was shot is just so perfect, honestly.
I look in on you, see how you're doing.
Herr Director, don't let things fall apart. I work too hard.
He takes pride in his work and the things he does, you know? He's like, I worked too hard to make your business for you. It's crazy that we couldn't get him out of here. Wow. The light from behind watching him walk into the distance. So it's such a beautiful shot. He's out of ammo. Oh, and they're all running.
Maybe the pin shot is greasy.
What did I just say? Yeah.
Oh. Oh. How about you stop? I think the universe is trying to force you from... Oh my god. Oh my god.
Strange, huh?
Strange indeed. Oh my god. That was painful to watch, man. That was so stressful and sad. Whoa, what a shot! That perspective of him in shadow. This like mysterious, imposing figure all the way at the top of the stairs.
He won't see you.
Even though he just saw her. Interesting. What a interesting way to write that line. Oh my god. He won't see you, even though he just saw her. Is it because he is only interested in... Yeah, she had to doll herself up. My god. She knew. She knew it was him. She's smart.
They say that no one dies here. They say your factory is a haven. They say you are good.
Who says that?
Everyone.
Those are dangerous words, honestly. Probably like, I just want to make money.
Please bring them here.
I don't do that. Whether or not a worker has certain skills, that's what I ask and that's what I care about.
My father is an importer, not a metal worker.
Such activities are illegal.
Started to get forced payments.
You will not entrap me, Miss Strasser. Try, and I will have you arrested.
Ooh, I love a sharp cut like that on the bang of the cabinet with his frustration.
You think I don't know what you're doing? I know. Are
you losing money?
No, I'm not losing money. That's not the point.
Right.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous to me.
Well, you are the one who decided to hire Jews because it was cheaper.
Perlman.
He did write down the names. He did write down the names.
Have Goldberg bring them over.
Gave him the watch. Oh, as a bribe. I see.
Let's get lonely down here.
Oh, no.
Listening to everyone upstairs having such a good time.
Oh, God, she's so scared.
Does it?
Oh, and she's gonna have to answer yes. I mean, she has to answer it like the right way.
I would like so much to reach out and touch you in your loneliness.
Oh, God.
What would that be like? I wonder. I mean,
dude, a guy like this, if he like her, he'd probably kill her and blame her for tempting him to a Jew. Like, he's that kind of person.
I mean, well, maybe you're right about that too. You know, maybe what's wrong isn't. It's not us. It's you know, it's this.
Yeah, well, it's also certainly not us. It's you. You're wrong. You are the problem.
No, you make a good point.
Oh my God, she doesn't need to say anything.
You make a very good point.
He can just have a conversation with himself.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
You're Jewish.
Okay.
You never talked me into it.
Ugh! See? He's blaming her. Oh, and then the cut to the wedding. Helen.
Everyone who is alive is to come to the appointed class.
Everybody.
Selection.
Selection. I don't know if it's going to be selection. It might be everyone. Well, it might be a selection if we have papers involved. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Doctors. Oh, God. Never want to see a Nazi doctor. Making them strip naked. This is the physical. Making them strip naked and start running. Oh, to get a finger prick? Oh, they're putting blood on their cheeks to make them look healthy, like it's rouge to look pretty. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, is this the kindergarten? The school? They're too young to work.
And return to the barracks.
Oh, it's so sad to see like how overjoyed and happy they are. Just to like, you know, and it makes sense. Like they're relieved because, you know, being sent on the train is so much worse. Oh, you're seeing all the children and they're all waving because happily. Yeah. Oh no, there's so many kids hiding. They're all gonna get caught. I mean, there's no way, like. Oh no. Where's he gonna go? Oh God! No one would look in there. Oh!
Get out. This is our place. Get out.
Oh my God, wow. That is a horrific picture, man. Them spotlit like that. Dude, the way they shot this, Spielberg just did such a phenomenal job. That's not snow. I know what that is. That's not snow. With that amount coming out of the sky, I mean, they're burning so many people. Department D orders Goethe to exhume and incinerate the bodies of more than 10,000 Jews killed at Plaszów and the Krakow ghetto massacre. Oh, wow. The little girl in the red coat that he saw. She seems like a little girl is more of like an idea, like a metaphor that really like the first like human he really like latched onto and empathized with the first time it hit him in the heart what was happening. She's more of an idea.
Someday this is all going to end, you know. I was going to say we'll have a drink then.
I think I better have it now.
Oh, he's finally gonna have a drink with him. It's interesting watching how Schindler has changed over the course of time working with Stern, and you know, initially the lack of empathy that he had versus now like how he's tormented by what he's seeing. How he's become like less of a businessman, really.
You've got to move them. The equipment, everything to Czechoslovakia. Pay for all that and build another camp. Doesn't make any sense.
Look,
you're not telling me
it's
something.
good for me.
Ooh, I love a shot like this. That's splitting opposing forces and really like showing that in a clear picture.
What's a person worth?
No. What's one worth to you?
You have different ideas of what each person is worth.
Stegel.
Paul.
Paul Stegel.
Doctor.
He's learned their names now.
Fischer. Ishmael Fischer.
Before, he didn't know any of their names. He didn't care, and now he knows all their names.
How many?
400. 450.
That's 450 people.
More.
More?
You're buying them, you're paying him for each of these names.
If you were still working for me, I'd expect you to talk me out of it.
He's gone from being a businessman to just trying to save as many people as he can. Czechoslovakia, Oskar Schindler's hometown. So where we relocated the factory to Czechoslovakia. So we had to create it, and we had to turn it into a camp so that it would be allowed legally.
I know you've had a long journey, but it's only a short walk further to the factory.
He's the only person to speak to them all like a human being, you know? I wonder how long that journey was. Just think like everything they've been through, and now that you think that you might be okay, but you have to survive the journey of the train, which a lot of people got sick on or died on. Where is the train with the women going? Is it not going to the same place, or? Oh no. It went to Auschwitz. The second I saw those gates, I knew. Oh no. Oh, he's gonna go to Auschwitz? I don't know. How fast can you get there, dude? I'm not optimistic.
Wszystko się rozbierać.
No, no.
Staniecie mydło i ręcznik, pójdziecie pod prysznic do dezynfekcji.
Disinfecting. This one was an actual shower. Oh God, I can't even imagine like the range of emotions that you'd be going through with this, you know? Absolute horror, thinking you're about to die, and then relief when it's just a shower.
It is not my task to interfere with the processes that take place down here.
I love the way we've chosen to light this guy's face, half in shadow.
It's just that I know that in the coming months, we're all going to need portable wells.
Oh, it's a risk to take, the tactic of bribing him.
I do not say I'm accepting them. All I say is I'm not comfortable with them on the table.
Ah, so now he will take them. I'm assuming that this happened, but this is absolutely unbelievable that we were able to get them out. No, 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 no! How did he get here?
Their fingers polish the insides of shell metal casings. How else am I to polish the inside of a 45mm shell casing? You tell me. You tell me!
Wow, he was so quick with that explanation.
Back on the train!
I'm shocked that he's here. I didn't think he would be here. This seems a little unbelievable to me, I will say. The idea that we could get anybody out of Auschwitz and keep the kids together with their mothers, like a lot of this seems very impossible. Oh, his wife. Because he's back in his town. That's true. I forgot.
No doorman or maitre d' will ever mistake you again. I promise.
Really? I can't believe she stayed married to him all these years. Crazy. Her only bar was for him to not cheat on her so much. My God.
What day is this? Friday? It is Friday, isn't it?
Is it?
What's the matter with you? You should be preparing for the Sabbath. Shouldn't you?
This is where I'm starting to wonder if he was actually like this, or if this is sentimentality coming into the story, you know? I just don't know, because I didn't want to look into the facts versus the script beforehand. The 7 months it was fully operational, Schindler's Brennlitz munitions factory was a model of non-production. During the same period, he spent millions of Reichmarks to sustain his workers and bribe Reich officials. Wow, that's impressive. That's really impressive. He just lost money just to protect people.
Do you have any money hidden away someplace that I don't know about?
Uh-huh, because we're out.
Yesterday morning.
Oh, because the war is over?
But let us not forget for
a moment.
I think it's time the guards came into the factory.
Oh, I loved that choice to shoot just his silhouette through the door.
I know you have received orders from our commandant, which he has received from his superiors to dispose of the population of this camp. Now would be the time to do it. Or you could leave and return to your families as men instead of murderers.
Oh, only guy who's staying is the guy who led the other labor camp. They're all leaving. Wow. The little wink to Stern, like, oh, good thing that worked. That was my last trick.
In memory of the countless victims among your people, I ask us to observe 3 minutes of silence.
I could have got more out. There's been 2 people. A person stand. For this, I could have got one more person. And I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, they're all just sitting here waiting outside. And it's crazy, that image, that choice to have them all laying down, sitting there waiting, because we've seen so many like dead bodies at this point and so many people just strewn about, and this time they're just waiting. They're all okay.
Where should we go?
Right.
Don't go east, that's for sure. They hate you there. I wouldn't go west either, if I were you.
Don't go east, and I wouldn't go west. And then him being hung for his crimes. Watching them struggle. Amon Girth was arrested while a patient in sanatorium Bad Tolls. He was hanged in Krakow for crimes against humanity. It was interesting watching them struggle to kick out the stool. Felt like a callback to him not being able to kill the rabbi with the gun that jammed. Schindler failed at his marriage and several businesses after the war. In 1958, he was declared a righteous person by the Council of Yad Vashem in Jerusalem and invited to plant a tree in the Avenue of the Righteous. It grows there still. And then these are the real people he saved, yeah. And then his real grave. Whoa. I love that we did this. This is so powerful. I love, seeing all the younger relatives and the generations, like, of the people who... Oh, no, it's the actors. I didn't recognize them at first. Oh, my God. That's so crazy. I just realized that some of them didn't, look the same in the new outfits, Oh, the wife of Isaac Stern. Oh, my God. Wow, what a powerful way to do that, displacing the actors with them. Oh, wow. There are fewer than 4,000 Jews left alive in Poland today. There are more than 6,000 descendants of the Schindler Jews. I definitely have a lot of thoughts after watching this movie. From a directorial perspective, it was just told beautifully. A lot of the imagery and the way that certain shots were choreographed and framed was just so stunning and powerful. The script was filled with so many lines that were so subtle or ironic or moving. I mean, I really enjoyed a lot of the dialogue and elements in this script. There were so many little moments that were so impactful that if you blinked, you might miss it. Like something as subtle as the history teacher being turned away as an essential worker earlier on in the film, hinting to the audience that, hey, we can't forget history because history repeats itself, and that's important to remember. And it's important to remember these events because it will happen again if we don't. And I mean, we are in a time where anti-Semitism is on the rise, and it makes a movie like this and a story like this even more poignant and difficult to watch. I took some time to do a little bit of reading after watching this film just to kind of confirm what was or wasn't true about the story. And it does seem like a lot of things that happened in this movie was fictionalized to a certain extent. The overall idea of who Schindler was and everything that he did do for this group of Jewish people was true, obviously, but a lot of the little nuances and moments in the script that maybe were more sentimental for the purpose of his journey as a character, becoming more empathetic, going from being this pragmatic businessman to then becoming this completely selfless individual who actually doesn't care about business at all anymore and now is only doing everything he can to save as many Jews as possible and bemoaning that he could have saved more at the end. Like, some of that definitely felt a little over the top and a little bit overly sentimental, but I think I'm okay with it because at the time that this movie was released, there weren't a lot of stories being told about the Holocaust. I mean, this movie did a lot for remembering events like this, and whether or not it's fictionalized or not, it definitely told a really poignant story, a really moving story that other people are going to be willing to sit down and view, and that is really important. Also, when you're watching a movie, a lot of times your protagonist has to have a journey where they end up somehow different and somehow changed by the events that they've gone through in the story. And you don't always have to do stories like that. There are plenty of stories that are nonlinear or maybe don't have one clear protagonist, but this story definitely does. And although it was sentimental and although I could tell that a lot of it was things that maybe didn't happen, I'm still okay with it for the sake of the journey of the story and for Schindler as a character in this film. I also thoroughly enjoyed all of the elements of Jewish culture throughout this entire film. We had so many prayers and so many songs and elements and traditions that really add a rich color to these people in this story and definitely hit me in the heart a lot as somebody who grew up with these traditions, grew up going to Jewish school. Adding the mourner's Kaddish was super significant. That was the moment in the scene where Schindler just gave the speech and wanted to have a moment of silence for all of the Jews who had been murdered. And the rabbi in that moment said the mourner's Kaddish. A mourner's Kaddish is always said to remember loved ones who have passed away. And I'm getting worked up now talking about that part because if you're actively mourning, you'll actually stand up during that part of the prayer. And they were all standing anyway and all actively mourning at that time for the great loss that they had all suffered. There were a lot of songs and prayers just throughout this film that really hit me in the heart as somebody who grew up with that stuff. And I also think the scene with the wedding was so powerful because I have heard a lot of stories from Holocaust survivors or books written in concentration camps, and a lot of them depict weddings that secretly happened in these camps, whether it was a labor camp or a ghetto or a concentration camp. It was probably significantly harder to do something like that in a concentration camp, but a lot of these traditions still carried on and people did whatever they could to keep up hope and keep faith and hold tight to their community because that was all they had at that point. Everything had been stripped away from them, their home, their belongings, a lot of their loved ones. And so the only thing you have at that point is your faith and is your tradition. And to see a wedding scene depicted in this film was so powerful. And I also really enjoyed the way that that whole sequence was directed, showing Schindler enjoying his time at this club, being sung to by this singer and kissing her and just having a ball versus this wedding scene where these two who are finding some little moment of hope in this hellish scenario versus Helen and what she was going through with Goethe. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to pronounce his name. I know it was said in the movie. I'm sorry. I actually looked it up pronunciation after watching the movie and I got two different pronunciations. I got the German and the American version, I guess. I don't know. So I'm sorry that I've been pronouncing his name wrong the entire time. But that scene with Helen getting beaten in the basement and the tension there, and to cut between the breaking of the glass, this joyous celebration moment. I mean, right at the moment that the glass is stepped on in a Jewish wedding, that is when the bride and groom kiss and everybody yells Mazel Tov and congratulations, and the wedding is official, they're officially married. To then cut from that to Helen being beaten by this Nazi officer, it was just so powerful, such powerful editing. I really thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the elements of the way that this story was told from a cinematic lens and from a music and sound design lens as well. It was just so moving and so powerful. And although Schindler's transformation as a person was definitely more fictionalized, more dramatic than it likely would have been in real life, I did enjoy the utilization of the little girl in the red coat as an impetus for him to all of a sudden look at all of these people differently and not just as tools to make money, but now he's actually experiencing empathy because he was disturbed by what he saw that day in the ghetto, and then seeing the little girl in the red coat again later, dead on a cart, and just seeing how much it affected him. I liked the utilization of that tool because red is just such a powerful color, and with this whole film being in black and white, she stood out like a sore thumb in this really violent and blood-like color, and on this little girl who looks so innocent and pure and sweet and just kind of wandering around the ghetto almost obliviously, almost unaware or in shock at everything that was going on around her, really made that hit much harder. And I think it was a useful tool for the audience to see, like, this is what is really hitting home for him right now, and this is what is sparking change in his heart. One thing I thought was interesting, I'm not the most well-read on everything that actually happened with Oskar Schindler and the actual historical events. I've read a little bit since wrapping the movie, but one thing I thought was interesting is that it seems like his wife actually played a much bigger role than was demonstrated in the film in helping the Jews and in ensuring that more people were saved and feeding people. And I wonder why she wasn't utilized in the story more. It seemed to be really fixated on Oskar and his perspective and his journey as a character, when she seemed to do a lot and to be a really important figure. And I think it would have been interesting to see her in the story more than just a wife to him, because all she was a wife, and it really didn't even seem like her part in the movie was that important, quite honestly. She just was in the beginning and then gone, and it was really just to demonstrate the fact that he was a playboy character. And I guess the whole point is to demonstrate, oh, he's a changed man now. He doesn't want to be a playboy anymore. He just wants to be with the love of his life because his heart is opened up to more important things. And I guess it was being utilized to show his change as a character, but I personally think it would have been interesting if we brought her back in earlier and shown some of the things that she did. But again, I mean, this is a historical fiction, so it's not like everything in the movie is based off of actual things that happened. It's more for the sake of a story. I just would have been interested to see that in the story. I think the way that Spielberg executed this was phenomenal, really moving and intense and tough to watch in moments. And I think the cinematography was just so powerful. The way we opened the movie on Shabbos candles too, and watching them burn out and transform into smoke from a train was just a flawless transition. I mean, I kept commenting on the images and the cuts and the editing and the things that we saw in this film because it was just stunning. I really, really loved the way that this film was executed from that perspective. So what would I rate it? And I'm basically looking at 4 categories: production value, sound design, acting, and the story. For production value, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. I think it was absolutely flawless. The cinematography, the lighting, the editing, things like that, wardrobe, sets, all of that. I mean, I really felt completely and totally immersed in the world and in the story, and really felt like the way that it was filmed, the way that it was edited really carried me through the story flawlessly. The imagery was just so potent, so powerful, so beautiful. I really have nothing bad to say about the production value for this movie. 10 out of 10. Sound design, I would say it's a 10 out of 10 as well. Gorgeous scoring and music throughout this movie, and Spielberg did a fantastic job, including a lot of Jewish prayers, a lot of Jewish songs that are really powerful and moving, and even the songs that weren't Jewish, but just songs being sung at a club, underscoring horrific scenes of Helen being beaten, or the Nazi soldier playing the piano as they're going through the ghetto and killing people. Moments like that were just overwhelming, and so I think I would also have to give the sound design a 10 out of 10. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. When it comes to the acting, I also think I'd probably give this movie a 10 out of 10. I mean, I believed that every single person was who they were supposed to be. I think Liam Neeson did a great job. I think every person in the cast did a great job, completely believable portrayals of everyone. When I'm looking for whether or not I think actors are doing a great job, I'm considering, like, do I believe this person is who they're supposed to be, hook, line, and sinker? Do I feel completely immersed in this cast of characters and really feel like they're all a part of the same world and actively listening to one another, actively feeding off of one another? Does their physicality demonstrate that they understand the stakes of everything going on around them? And every single one of these actors absolutely did that, especially all of the actors playing Jewish people trapped in these labor camps. I mean, there were so many scenes with Amon pulling out a gun and just shooting people, and you could see the quick shift for all of the actors in that moment. And presumably those are all just background actors, and even they did a fantastic job. Helen's performance, again, in that scene right before she was going to get beaten by Amon, even the juxtaposition of how those two characters were existing in that room, the one that held power and the one that didn't. Just beautiful work from everybody in this movie. So again, I would have to give the acting a 10 out of 10. And with the story, I think it did a great job doing what it needed to do. There was a clear journey for the protagonist, and he went through a dark night of the soul, came out the other side a changed person. The way that the story unfolded was tense and suspenseful, made a lot of sense, and was really impactful to watch. I'm including the dialogue in the story as well. Some of the lines were just so magnificently written and so smart, so subtle. I do think that, the story was a little bit overly sentimental. And so there were moments where I maybe checked out a little bit or didn't get as emotionally wrapped up in what was happening, because it felt a little bit like it was catering to this sentimentality that I didn't necessarily feel made sense. But I also understood what everyone was going for in the creation of this. And so I don't necessarily think they should have done anything different. It just didn't hit as harder for me because I was kind of feeling a little bit like it was maybe a little hammy or a little bit over the top. Scenes like Schindler encouraging the rabbi to have a Shabbat service, or the whole moment in the end where he bemoans and wishes that he could have done more. I mean, that's a sentiment that I think a lot of us would feel, but I don't know if he necessarily would have felt that way. But again, it made sense for him as a character. So it's one of those things where I appreciate what Spielberg was going for with the story and with this character. It just didn't hit me as hard in some of those moments as I think it maybe should have. And I also just kind of wish I had seen a little bit more of Mrs. Schindler, because she sounded like an interesting woman and I would have liked to have learned more. So for those reasons, I think I'm going to give the story an 8.5, but I still really enjoyed it. And I think from a filmmaking perspective, the journey of everything and the way that everything unfolded did make a lot of sense. There was a complete and total narrative through line that was really well done. It's just, I'm analyzing it a little bit more since it's based on a historical person and an actual event that occurred. So that is a score of 38.5 out of 40. So I would officially give this movie a golden rating. I really enjoyed it a lot. I really don't have many bad things to say about it at all. I think it was spectacularly well made. And I'm really happy that I finally have checked it out with y'all. If you guys liked watching this movie with me, definitely make sure to give this one a big thumbs up so that I know and I can check out more things like this in the future with all of y'all. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and anything else you might like me to watch next, and subscribe if you want to. Till the next one, stay golden. Bye.